Hello everyone, Other Klaus here, and today we're gonna do some commoner from 2005, and it's Titan commoners. It's a fusion, not really fusion, but it's a commoner you can make between Sentrakh and Kitango, and it's called Sentrakh, and it's a Dark Hunter. So kind of an important character because it's also the bodyguard of the Shadow Wild One, of course the leader of the Dark Hunters, and I just remarked that you cannot see the set is, oh yeah, of course. Oh, I think that's pretty, yes, that's pretty good, even if you can't really see the top of the little wings, or I don't really know if these parts are wings or arms, so seriously, just post that in comments. So, of course, the color scheme is the same as Sentrakh and Kitango, so you have some yellow, some black, some dark gray, and some dark red, and that's quite all. So, I'm gonna explain how this stuff works. Maybe I'm gonna put off the head first, and then talk about the body section. So, how the body section is made? It's quite an interesting question. Maybe I'm gonna also put off the legs. It will be. Oh, okay, just a part just fell off. So here we go. So the body frame is made on a vacuum pelvis and on some banded technique beam. As you can clearly see, white ears. I don't really know if you can see well, but it's a silver technique beam, and this one is really useful because it will be useful to link the second part of the body, the one with the two shoulder section, of course. And the shoulders, you can see, it's like the Titan shoulder, so it's made with some banded technique beam again, and then on top of that you've got a connector to put the arms right here. So we're gonna talk about the arms later. Excuse me, of course, for the light because I'm just for using some artificial light. So I'm not really entering into details right here because it's just some technique being put together there, and then we've got some element of design, like for example this made sure fit in yellow. If you look on the back, it's quite nice because they place this part, which look cool because there are some curves on the back, so it's kind of look interesting. The same goes for this robot feet. And also for this on the back part, you've got this silver top plate, which work pretty well if you ask me. So yes, you can move him, so I just put it like in the illustration picture, so it's kind of like that, so well. But on the instruction booklet, they just let it like that, so it kind of look weird. So I do not really know if this is supposed to be a weapon or just a part of his body, so I'm just gonna let it like that. And it's not the head, of course. The head is gonna be linked on this little part right here. We can also notice that there is two other connectors for the arm or wings, as I said earlier. But I think there is arms because there is two different type of parts, or maybe just a strange winged creature with two different wings. It can be possible, but don't know. And the wings are really simple. In fact, they are just made with some waxy legs and some Nuva sword or blade, and some Takenuva spears on the other side. For the arms itself, on one side, so you got your Mechu leg right here with his arms, some Vizorak legs, also some double connectors, and then some vertical launcher, which is quite the same as the Wudaka one. So that means that in fact the whipcord is solid. It's attached to the arm, and it's gonna be the launcher part, which you have to move, in fact, if you want to launch the Wotuka. So it's like the Wudaka launcher, so it's worked quite well, and it's quite original, so yes, nicely designed, and it's interesting. And the other arm is pretty simple, in fact, because it's just some little claws, which are made with the two galleys hook, which were available in Sentrakh. So it can be turned, but it's really, well, it's just kind of empty, if you ask me. Then we're gonna talk about the legs. So the legs are your typical Titan legs. So you're gonna have some feet which are kind of designed like the Kitango feet. So that means that this Mechu part is gonna be this Mechu foot, is linked to some banded part like that. So it's from a triangle shape right here. Also some Borak shield to cover the surface. Then some parts right there, some little details, and then you have the upper part of the legs, which also is quite, I think, not really interesting. I mean, it's just an untightened upper part of legs, so, well, nothing really to talk about. The two legs are similar. In fact, they are symmetrical, because you can see here it is, you got some slight robot feet, and the same goes for the second one. So we're gonna pose this to the main model. So of course you have to link that with some Titan connectors. It works like a normal Titans. It's not really different. So in fact, the main impressive part of this combiner model is of course the body, which is really nice, and it's really curved and bended. So yeah, they really done a great job on the body part. And also on the head, but the head still got some flaw. We're gonna see why right now. So well, I think you have understood what I mean when I say it's still got some flaws. I say that because it's totally loose. In fact, there is nothing really to, there is no grip at all in between the parts. So that means you can't really open the mouth when you want. So it's not really a problem when you put this on the body, but if you look like if you just hold this part, the other part just fall off. So this mouth section is made with two bended technique beams, some horn white ears, which are kind of look weird, because I think it would have been look better if they have goes on with some other parts. Well, not really know if maybe it's just some ears and not on, but I will have liked if this part continued and goes on with some other part. This part is quite interesting to fill the top of the head, so some metal feet, some borg eyes for which are quite classical. In fact, the same goes for the this part of the jaw, and that's quite all. Some other banded parts. The whole thing is linked to Ardica neck white ears, and then here we go, link that on this part. And here we go. So on the articulation section, of course, the legs can turn at 90 degrees, maybe a little more right here. So it's quite work pretty well. The head also can move down, up. Okay. Oh, I think I just broke something, no? Because it's not supposed to. Well, okay, I don't really know, but it's not supposed to break like that. Well, okay, it's not really a problem. I'm gonna still continue the review, but you see that this part is really flawed, in fact. So yes, we can make him look down or up also, and on the side without any problems. The arms are part. It's like, in fact, the arms are in fact made like the Kitongu arms. So this means that there is just a double connectors right ears. It's blocked at 90 degrees. This part can move in some more ways. The same goes for this one. No, there's just two points of articulation and one with just one axis on this one, excuse me. It's not the same. And here we go. You can turn this more, of course. There is nothing to block it, so yeah. Well, it's quite strange because I was really sure that this part was just like that, but it seems that it's not. Well, I'm gonna look on the instruction booklet later, but that's not really a problem. We're just gonna finish this review. Yeah, like that. And here we go. So what I have to say on this combiner model, well, it's quite good. In fact, it's quite good. So it's not awesome or really impressive, but it's really quite good because the body section is really well made with all the bended part and the kind of curved surface as you have seen. So quite work well. The four-armed type of Titans work pretty well because it's kind of original. Well, not really in the combiners model, because there is a, for example, if I take the Warp Raptors, he also got four arms, but all of this was before the release of Nocturnes in 2007. So this worked quite nice. I quite enough like this. The arms are pretty good, in fact, especially this one. This one could have been better, but in fact there were no more parts or no more claws, so of course it kind of look thin and thinner than the other arm. The legs do their job. They are not really impressive, not really original, but they do their job efficiently. I mean, you can turn them and it's worked pretty well. Maybe it will be even better if it was more articulated, but 90 degrees it's quite okay for a Titan set. And then you got the head, which is an original, it's quite an interesting idea, and the overall design is pretty good, but the fact that the building itself is not really that great. So that means, as you can clearly see, it's all just fall off, so you can't really make him open the jaw without this part falling off. So yeah, but I love this kind of stuff, and also the head is in the middle of the body, so it's quite interesting. So if you look on the side, so did I recommend you to build this model? Yes, seriously, yes, because it's really an interesting one, and I think it's kind of worth the destruction, if I can say, of Kitangu and Sentrakh. I was pretty impressed by this, pretty impressed by this titan personally, by these commoners. It could have been even better and really be awesome, but yes, it's a commoner, so it's still got some flaws and some stuff like that. So in fact, it's up to you to try to change it. For example, try to do a better head and maybe some better left arm, excuse me, and that's all I think. Maybe some also better for this type of arms right there, upper arm, and that's all, guys. So hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any question, feel free to ask them. Of course, I will try to answer them. And that's all. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this review and this cover model, because it's really an interesting one. And see you later for another Bionicle review. Bye.